What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? And what's up, Sir Darrell? What it do?
What it do, Jeffrey Jordan? I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
I usually like people to think that Jeffrey is the reason that we may have missed a week, but this time it might have been my fault. I might have been out of town.
mm.
I might have been in Phoenix
Phoenix? What's in Phoenix?
conference. This is conference season for my profession, so I have three more
Mm-hmm.
conferences in the next 3 months. So here we go. It all starts.
So you say you got three more?
Three more in the next 3 months. Yeah, I got one through April, one a month.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Oh, so boom. So what episode are we watching?
We are watching season 8, episode 16. Choose You, which reminds me of my second favorite Keisha Cole song called I Choose You. Um, but that's what that just
Wait,
reminded me of.
I thought you said Keisha Cole couldn't sing.
She cannot sing a
Now,
note.
are you a fan
And
of
that's
Diana Ross?
She's an old school legend, OGs. And I mean, when you dig up the dirt on her, she was a messy woman back in the day. But she is she a phenomenal singer? No.
thank you for that.
But she knew Gordy or Barry, that's his name,
Barry
and she
Gordy.
was in the right place. Yeah, right place, right time. So she was elevated. She was elevated. And you see that in 2024 and 25, but it was a different type of elevation back in the day. But it's same thing. She was
But people
elevated.
will tell you that she can sing. Like her voice is amazing. People will tell you that.
She listen. She can sing. She was a part of a group, and she, to me, she wasn't the best singer in that group. The woman, I forget, she passed away, was a strong singer who was in the Supremes. I'll think of it later. But yeah, can Diana Ross sing? Yes,
Okay.
I've seen her in the past when she was younger, and she can hold a note. She can hold a steady note. Is she gonna be doing riffs and runs and all this? No. And the reason she got elevated is because of the people she knows. Because that sea of talent, and she did not shine through. She was made to be that way, gorgeous, dolled up, and she knew how to play the part. She knew how to command the stage. I'll give her that. So, hey, I'm for it. I'm
I don't
for it.
deny her
Great
success at
songs.
all. I don't. I just get
Yeah.
confused with people who think that she's this great singer. Like that confuses me.
Yeah, you listen, I'm like I say, I'm not a person that's gonna lie and be and I know what you're saying. I love her music. It's kind of like you get that feeling of a familiar voice because she's an old school person, but she is not the best singer. No, she
Yeah.
never was. But she just has great songs. Great songs, and I'll give her that. Great songs, but man, if you see like the history and how she was towards people like Gladys Knight, she was nasty
Yeah.
to Gladys Knight, nasty
Mm-mm.
to they will all have those stories. She was nasty to Patti LaBelle at one point. Even one person who's not even really into music like that, Cheryl Lee Ralph. Like
Mm-hmm.
I heard like Cheryl Lee Ralph did a cover of Dream Girls, and that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like uh kind of like that was of the Supremes basically. They just
Mm-hmm.
didn't say it,
Right.
and Diana Ross didn't like that, and ergo
And
didn't
wouldn't
like
even talk
Cheryl
to
Lee
her.
Ralph.
And just wouldn't talk to her for
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah. Mhm. But
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We gonna get into
Yeah,
very
we gonna
necessary
get back
stuff
into the
now.
Tyler Perry world now. Sorry about that. Just a little detour. All right. Well, this is the episode we are into. I remember to turn the phone lines on in case somebody wanted to call. The phone lines are open. Anything you need to say before we get into it?
Nah.
All right, y'all. Here we go.
Seriously believe that I could stab a knife into another human being's chest?
Well, did you?
Previously on Sistas.
I have sickle cell.
You do carry the trait, which makes you ineligible as a sperm donor. But you do still have another sample.
Can we just pause for a second? Since we didn't watch this particular episode that we're watching a preview of, we didn't watch last week's episode. How do you feel about his reaction to finding out that he carries the trait of sickle cell anemia and making the whole thing all about him and trying to get her to say things like, "You saying I'm damaged goods?" Like, how do you feel about that whole defensive reaction of his?
That was the previous episode, right? Because I didn't see
Yes,
this episode. That was the
correct.
previous.
That was the
So
preview.
you know what? This is panning out kind of like I thought. Because remember how I said how would Sabrina react,
Hmm.
knowing that if she knows that Rich, that's his name, Rich can't have children, she's kind of pumping the brakes. And now he's kind of like, let's try it the old-fashioned way, which that was your idea, and you kind of said the same thing. But can I fault Sabrina for having pause when we know that the child could possibly have sickle cell? And normal people don't listen. Normal people don't check for these things. You just have a child and,
Yeah, you
and it
just do it.
works out.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but this is a looking glass where you can kind of foresee. You have professionals telling you, like, listen, he holds the trait, and your child could possibly have cell. So can I say what I say? Sabrina is being irresponsible by possibly bringing a sick child into the world. I don't know. Can I blame her for having Paul? No. I don't fault her. As messed up as it sounds, he's seems like he's on board. I don't know if he's on board for the right or wrong reasons.
It seems like he's on
Because
board
to
for
me,
ego now, doesn't it?
yeah, because oh, you saying I can't do it, we gonna prove them wrong. Let's
Yeah, let's
prove
go
them
do it right
wrong.
now.
Yeah, I don't blame Sabrina. She put herself into this, so I'm not giving her sympathy, but I'm saying I don't blame her for how she feels. What was your original question
Well,
about
whether or not it
him?
just his attitude about being so defensive, him finding out. I know there's a lot to find out, and people are going to react different ways. But he just made the whole conversation about him and got defensive towards her, like she was trying to say something negative about him. Like he was almost trying to goad her into an argument. It seemed like.
He's getting into his feelings because to me this is what I think. Now he's coming off as damaged goods. He feels like he's damaged goods. A person who eats well, feel you got a health company that you got opening up another store. You take care of your body like a temple. You probably boast to all of your friends how you eat right and this right, and then you come to find out you're damaged goods. What a
Hmm.
slap in the face,
Hmm.
right? This can't get out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, this can't be me. So I can understand where he's coming from, but man,
Let me
he
ask you a question
he
though,
just
and this goes just along with that. So they're in a unique situation where they get to find out things that most people, like you said, they never get to find out. They just have sex, and then they might find out that their child has something, and then down the line they might do a DNA test of some kind and find out that they carry this trait or that trait. But what if we get to the point, and I think that we're almost there now, if we're not there, but it is not being publicized. What if we get to the point that men and women were able to take these DNA genetic testing and find out things like your child has a higher chance of being what we call slow in school, meaning they might not advance, they might not learn as fast as other kids. And then you have the stereotypical societal things about them being made fun of in school, them not being having friendship, and people took that into consideration. What if we were to find out that somebody might be abnormally short or abnormally tall? What if we were to find out that there was a higher chance that somebody was going to be gay, bisexual, or transgender? And we got to the point where, because of these things that are not the societal average when we come to just sheer numbers, that parents start taking these things into consideration before having children. Like, what if we get to that point? Would you have a judgment about that? Or because some people would say that's the wisest thing ever. You're only going to have children that stand the best chance of success.
uh I it's a great concept as far as illnesses go. I mean, we kind of can find that stuff out now, but like if they had a direct connection, like if you conceive a child with this person, they will live into this this age or something like that, or They're gonna have heart disease. They're gonna be, but I'm gonna take it a step further. What if it was now mandated? Everyone
Oh,
who's about to conceive, everybody who's conceived, and they say, well, you have a slight mutation, so you are not allowed to conceive because your child will grow up with a low IQ or something like that. So what if it was
or
mandated?
and what if they took it to the next step in the mandate to say, okay, not that you can't ever have a child, but the woman that you're in love with or the man that you're in love with, his genetics are not strong enough to combat yours. So you can have a child, just not with this dude. You're gonna
Okay,
need to go. Like, we got another pool for you. We got another list over here. These people, they are strongly genetically able to match your weaknesses. So this is the area you need to start looking from. Whole families start getting broken up. Whole relationships
man,
are damaged because we now know so much more. That would be horrible.
that sounds like a good sci-fi movie.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's invest in that. All right, let's go back to
Okay.
it.
All available.
HR wants to see me immediately.
Yeah, they want to see me too.
Must be my lucky day to find you here with your lovely fiance. I need to ask the two of you some questions. Mind if I come in?
We're not confirming nor denying anything without our lawyers present.
Wait, I thought you were a lawyer.
it,
That's right. You only pretend.
Why the hell is that funny?
you know what? It's funny because he's trying to make a joke. That's all, but he's trying to be funny. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's
He's like a rogue FBI agent. This is how these things typically go on a Tyler Perry show. Like, there's just one agent will just go to the potential house of two killers and and damn near accuse them of things. There's never enough budget really to hire the whole slew of what would really be going down in that situation. But yeah, he's kind of funny.
yeah.
To be one.
Hey,
Hey, no one's being disrespectful, okay? I'm simply asking a few questions.
Like you would think Fatima would know better. Like right now he's fishing. Why is she talking to him? Why is she giving him any
Anything.
leverage or a slip up? That makes zero sense. Any other time they the Scooby Doo mystery machine, but they being so silly right now, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah, yeah. This
Make
is
they
silly.
shouldn't be talking.
They shouldn't be talking to him at all. Like, they're really, he should be gone because they should, like, him constantly asking stuff. They shouldn't even respond to him. They shouldn't respond. They shouldn't react. They shouldn't come back with little cute comebacks. Just nothing. Nothing.
But not just that, because they got them over. If they got cameras, you can't walk into someone's home, not on the curb, not it. That's they are violating their rights, which Fatima should know. He's him walking in without any type of warrant or anything. That's crazy.
Yeah, Jeffrey Jordan will teach you how to talk to law enforcement officers.
Cause
Don't.
I back the blue. I back the blue, baby.
All right, all right. It's not what I seen, but all right.
Wow.
It's very impressive, future Miss Wilson Esquire.
Taylor. Future Mrs. Taylor, Esquire.
However, Borders did not have a volatile reaction to any photographs of any of the other females that were there that night. Just your fiance.
So now he's got to explain why Gary reacted to her picture. She's got to explain it. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
To have the Marie Willis Group's business. But I chose Spencer Jones and Leland because of you, Andy Barnes.
I know, and I don't want to disappoint you, but
Then don't. I cannot believe you're just gonna roll over without a fight.
Miss Marie, I am tired of fighting.
You don't get any more ice cream until you get off this
Pause it.
She out of control.
Okay, let me start with. I love that Miss Marie is back in the fold, but it just seems like they're forcing her. I don't. They're sliding her character in the wrong places to me. She got her millions back. Andy is a freaking ant on the wall. Why is he so concerned with this? If I can't, a billionaire, right? Which she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You concerned about Andy's situation, and then all of a sudden, you brought your business there because of Andy. Maybe because she was a divorce attorney, yeah, but you didn't expect her to take over the whole firm. And not so basically, Miss Maria is basically saying that, oh, you're letting Robin take over. Robin was a partner when you got there. I don't understand. So Miss Marie doesn't like Robin now?
And if Miss
How
Marie
did that
feels that
happen?
strongly about it, why wouldn't she just say, all right, well, I'm just taking my business someplace else? I mean, they would most likely that would start the whole conversation of what she's trying to get done in the first place. If Oprah
I just
decided
don't
that she
understand.
was going to a different firm, and one of the reasons why was because the person that she thought was going to be in control wasn't, you would probably see that person elevated within a day.
That's facts. That's facts. I just don't understand. I know Miss Marie sees something in Andy. I believe she sees something in black women, but Andy's freaking messy. It's like I feel like Miss Marie's just investing too much of her freaking time. To me, in real life, I don't feel like a Miss Marie in real life would be investing so much time into an Andy as
Yeah.
to come to her freaking house.
And
She don't
try
got nothing
and
better
give
to
her pep
do.
talks, give her pep talks, because
Giving her a
all of this
pep
stuff
talk.
is all of this stuff that she's talking about with Andy really wouldn't mean anything for her bottom line ever. This is just all about
Oh,
girl power. Is basically what she's on right now.
I don't get it, but okay.
Now, we have talked about this. This whole world, this whole species is here because of black women. So we cannot afford not to fight.
Fight, fight, fight. Everybody wants to fight all the time. We fight with our men, then they lie to us, they cheat on us, they leave us for younger, whiter women. We have to fight at work. If you're too nice, you're considered weak. You're not respected. If you set your boundaries, yourself, you're an
Pause it
A.
for a second. I feel like Andy's just talking crap right now. She doesn't even believe the words. One of the things I heard her say, "Oh, the men they cheat on us, they leave us." Who has left Andy recently? And did anybody leave her? Not really,
Yeah, ain't nobody
right?
left. No, she's the one doing the
Nobody
leaving.
left her.
The only
Yeah, get
person
out of
who
here.
came close to leaving her would be Robin. And
Yeah,
I
and,
mean, they
and
weren't
they
in a
weren't even
relationship.
truly together.
Right, but he was the only person who didn't seem to just always want to put up with her stuff. Basically, like, all right, if you're feeling that way, then fine. You go over there, I'll go over
Yeah,
here.
he left.
He seemed to have
Hmm.
that attitude where everybody else was just like, you're mine. They couldn't let her go.
Yeah, and I kind of respected that about Robin, but now they kind of, I don't
Brought it all
know.
the way back.
He's yeah, they brought not all the way back, but he's kind of like, I don't know, I don't know.
You get another email?
Rep from HR wants to see us in my office in 30 minutes.
Pretty sure this has something to do with us dating.
Pause it.
Sabrina,
Wow. HR wants to see them,
Both of them.
and I it's probably going to be end up being something else, but I hope it is HR concerned with them dating and their behavior. I hope it's that. That's what they need because before we were thinking that he's above any policy, loosey goosey. You would think that he would know better as to be out in the open. And certain coworkers have seen it and complained, and they would be right to do so. They'd be right to do so.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be that, but I hope it is.
Yeah.
Dominance, sperm, or not?
Oh my God.
Hey, good morning.
I did
Wait,
it. I
pause it.
actually did it.
Okay, so last episode, I guess it's kind of fuzzy to me. I remember Maurice asking Sabrina about the situation, but that means she actually told him that
I mean, yeah, it didn't happen in the episode though. I think it just like kind of happened. I think that when they
okay,
picked up with this scene, we just are supposed to understand that she told him what happened.
okay, yeah, because they were at work and she was kind of being snotty towards him. But how messy, how trashy is Sabrina for spilling that information, that private information to Maurice, even though Maurice is a good friend? That's not the type of news that you spread out, right? You know
No,
that
and even
her
even if
boyfriend
it
has to.
even if it kind of was, you don't tell Maurice. I mean, because he
You don't
just
tell
can't handle it.
Maurice.
And she must. That means she must have told him just out in the middle of the lobby, right out there in the middle of the bank, because they started the conversation out there and rushed into her office. But by that point, he already knew. What the hell?
Gross, gross. So, and is this a? I guess we're gonna see now, but is this just a coincidence that the guy is his
Yeah.
name is Damani, I believe. Is
Yep.
this a coincidence that he's coming, or was he
Yep.
called, or
No,
like?
he did. No, he's there for something else. He's there to tell her about a offer that the company wants her to do. But yeah, how crazy is that? He walks in and they're talking about his sperm.
Crazy, crazy. Yeah.
I manifested a man.
I'm sorry.
Fatima.
Fatima? Really? And that didn't stress you out?
No. Actually, it was a good visit. We got some things off her chest, came to an understanding. You know, some grown woman stuff.
Well, I'm glad that you
Pause
two
it for a
are
second.
finally working things out.
How did you feel about Fatima visiting visiting Karen, all of a sudden being Mother Goose?
I thought it was weird.
So odd. And once again, what did we accomplish? You
Well,
know,
no,
not to
they
say that
accomplished something. They became friends,
the
or they were nicey to one another.
but stuff that was already in the air, right? But that didn't need to be said that there was a ceasefire, from what I thought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I didn't think that didn't involve or require a visit. At least I don't think. And then I think about the conversation. She's kind of like, well, let's all this nice act. Let's stop this nice. I didn't think there was a nice act. I think there was just a, hey, I'm good now. That's what I thought it was. That's not me. That's not me being nice. That's just me. I'm good now. You know, I no longer want this person. That's not me trying to be nice to you. That's what I thought it was. And Fatima was kind of like, let's drop this nice act. And I'm just like, what is this coming from? I think it worked out, but we shouldn't have. She shouldn't have tried to rock the boat or whatever she was looking for.
Yeah,
I didn't get it. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah, I thought it was weird. And when Fatima came to the door, she seemed to have like this huge attitude. Like when Fatima was at the door when Karen opened the door.
She typical. You know, she was typical Tima. You know, I didn't understand it. You know, I guess, but they're gonna write it because she's carrying a baby now. That's why she's acting like Mother Goose, little lady who lives in a shoe.
Listen.
I don't know.
They ended up deciding that they were going to treat each other's children very well. That's a cool thing. Man, that is unheard of right now in today's society.
Yeah, but yeah, it is good. But I thought that for me, that's just something that doesn't need to be said. You know, you want to actually see it, and you know, I can talk and talk and talk, but I think that's just something that happens organically. I didn't think that that needed to be said, but that's just me. You know.
I think it would be more cool if people actually prior to babies being born, like if they could do that prior to babies being born, actually resolve things so that they could say, let our siblings or our children just have regular relationships with their siblings. Because that's one of the things that's happening so much now. Siblings sometimes don't like one another because the parents or the mother don't like one another and they just get caught up in that. It just gets crazy. It gets crazy. I see what you're saying. I'm saying that I would love a society where people would, though, do that a little bit more, where what Fatima did isn't considered abnormal. I would like a society like that. That would be great. But it would also be great if you never got to that point.
A second ago, you said it was not normal.
No, I said it was weird. It was weird.
All right.
Hmm.
How about that I make you a snack,
Okay.
and then I'll go over and check on your business and on Pam while you stay here and rest. Does that work out for you?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. Me and Sabrina got some pretty news this morning.
All right, so here's the crazy thing. It took me a second because everything was so weird to me. It's just like, why is he sitting? I almost forgot he was one of the friends. Like, I'm so not used to him being really seen in that circle. And I don't know. I guess when they were together a lot, it was a different Jordan. So, like my brain just still hasn't settled in on him being part of the guy friend crew. It looks so odd for the two of them to sit there. So odd.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What? The fertility clinic said that my sperm sample is valuable. Apparently, I carried a sickle cell trait.
What's to stop me from hauling both your asses downtown right now?
This.
Oh, come on. Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah.
He about to show the FBI his bootleg, homemade, botched up chart. As though it's going to hold any weight at all with the FBI. They got forensic scientists working for them. But Zach's a homemade poster board is going to be something that they're interested in.
Let's see. Let's see the
Get
power.
Out of here. At this point, he should just be laughing.
You better watch.
King is my stepfather's last name. When my mother married, she made me a king, but my father is royal. I've always been meaning to do the paperwork when I became of age, but I never really got around to it. Then, my dad died, and I finally put in the paperwork to make it
Can
official.
you imagine the HR agent's just like, excuse me? What the hell does this have to do with how did this dialogue get this far into the left direction?
I mean, it kind of seals the complaint because they're talking about kissing cousins, so she doesn't even have to guess whether it's true or not. So
at this point, she should say, "Okay, well, I don't even need to ask the question. Let's just see what we're gonna do about this." They just confessed.
To be a royal in honor of my dad.
I'll be in touch.
Pause it. I mean, you would think. I mean, I'm not gonna put so much on this lady's plate because I don't know how long she's been there digging and diving, but you would think when she saw that, okay, he gave Danny a leg up by getting her into this program at the last minute, and it's supposed to be for deserving people. First thing I'm going to do is let me look into Bradford. Let me see. She's coming late. She's this. She's that. She seems to have an attitude. So wow, she doesn't deserve it. So Daryl, I'm gonna log out and log back in.
All right. So Jeffrey Jordan, everybody, is logging out and logging back in, but we're talking right now. Hold on. We're talking about the we're talking about Sistas and this situation of Danny and whatever her man's name is being called into HR and having situations where they are with a complaint has been filed. And Jeffrey Jordan made the point that any HR person looking into this would immediately be able to tell from Danny's record that she wasn't deserving of any of this stuff. But yet she got it. And that is when Jeffrey Jordan had to leave. And apparently he's still not back yet. So, what are we going to do as we sit here and wait for Jeffrey Jordan to return? Are we going to twiddle our thumbs? You know what? Oh, I can't even do the Jeffrey Jordan rant stuff because he's not he's his face isn't on here. I guess maybe we go back and watch this scene again.
Coming for us. That's
Tony,
it.
that's what happens when a person that is in a position of power bestows favoritism on someone they're sleeping with. Haters come for you. Well, they come for me, you know? They come for me.
Tomorrow.
Just, I mean, HR, the program had something to do with it because I believe that is a huge slap in the face for somebody. But them in a relationship, period, that would have ultimately happened. And is he showing favoritism? Yes, he
Absolutely.
is. Did she accept it? Yes,
Yes.
she was. You know, and can I put any, can I put some blame on her? Maybe, but he is the person of power ultimately, you know, so he should know better.
Yeah.
He should know better. I'm not gonna blame the freaking employee if the nasty manager want to have sex with her, you know.
Yeah.
But she can't. But then she can't turn around and be like, "Oh, you forced this on me. You just had to get me to that pro." No, Danny, you had the option to say no, thank you, without all of this crap, and ultimately going with the program after being upset that he set it up for you. And we come to find out that the closing period was actually closed, and he actually got her in anyway.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
He did
he said, "Oh, he said he." Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he did everything that he could do in order to make this scenario happen. But yet, clearly, he's over a lot of people. This is the only one out of all of the people who work underneath him. Danny is the most deserving of reward. Then his department is crap. If Danny is the best that they got.
And it's not going to just be on paper. There's going to be a paper trail.
Yeah.
There's going to be time punches looked at. You know who's been written up. You know he's a fool. I would think he would know better for being with the company for so long, but he's a fool. He's a fool, and that would be a slap in the face. You know, that's somebody you have to be able to trust management to a degree. Trust that they're gonna be fair. You know, with somebody in power that does reviews and wage reviews and performance reviews, you have to trust that they're not biased, and that's disgusting that he is. He
Mhm.
is.
Yeah, very.
Hey, Andy.
I don't know. I'm just not buying the fact that she's sitting there with a plate of carrots and broccoli, and that's her lunch. That's that is an interesting choice of lunch right there. I
What you
mean,
think she eat?
I'm happy for
She's
her.
a bony roni.
Yeah, maybe. Look at that. Look at that plate. Broccoli, carrots,
That's it.
celery.
You want me to nest or you want me to rest? Don't even answer that. I ain't doing either. I'm coming. Okay, if it makes you feel any better, I will get a car. Okay? All right, I'll see you
Pause
tomorrow.
it for a second. As a friend, and which Andy is a trash friend, which I've already said, and she's ditzy. She's not even a good friend. She's not a good lawyer. But as a friend, you already know that Karen's pregnant. She had a freaking scare or whatever in the hospital. She can't have any stress. She needs to be on bed rest. She shouldn't be traveling. You shouldn't even call her. And then when you called her, you didn't even give her the freaking heads up that this woman that you're in freaking business with is going to be there staring you in the eyes. Not giving her a heads up to say, oh, well, Miss Marie is here, but she's not here for you. She's not here for you. There's nothing wrong with it. No heads up, like, oh, you know, oh, I want to put you on speakerphone, but you're resting at the same time. It's just so freaking stupid. You shouldn't even call the girl. And if since you did call her, give her the whole rundown of
Give it
what's
all
going
info.
on,
Yeah.
so she's not surprised when she sees her business partner, her biggest investor, Rooster Riches, staring her in the face at this huge meeting. Because this is basically going to be a business meeting, as far as she's concerned. That's so stupid, but that's it.
I love the voice. I don't really love it; it annoys me. But the voices that they put on when on Sisters when they're on the phone, like I know that they're just in some studio someplace like talking, but the actor, whatever acting chops they have, just go away. Except for Karen. Karen's actually pretty good when she's on the phone. She's still a little dry, but she's better than everybody else. But when you get on the phone and they don't have a camera on the person, you only are hearing their voice. It's so weird and dry. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I just feel like they need to be a little more natural with it. Not, she's pronunciating a little too hard. Hitting those R's and E's a little too hard for me when she's talking on the phone. But whatever.
All right, go talk to her. Tell her your concerns about this Damani dude.
Yeah, you're right, man. I'm gonna head over to the bank right now.
All right.
Hold down the fort, man.
Pause it for a second. We've already talked how silly it is that he's all of a sudden wants to have a child now. But I remember a few months ago we talked about uh, a person that pivots like a 360 pivot from one thing to another. How you should just run like if you're in a relationship and someone just decides that I'm okay with we didn't say it exactly like that, but you should be scared that he's all of a sudden on board with having a freaking child because one minute he was dead set against it, now he's all for it. So in my mind it's for the wrong reasons. He I think that he should just leave it alone. He really didn't want children in the first place. Now he's like you said, he's concerned about Damani having a child with Sabrina. Um, she's gonna do what she wants to do, you know. Uh, he can have a conversation with her, but it sounds like she's putting a lot of money into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want it to go to waste. Even the nurse said, "Listen, you got an option. You put a lot of money into this. It's sitting there. What are you gonna do?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But my original question was Sabrina should have cut and run when he decided that he wanted to have a child. Do you disagree?
Yeah, I do. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that easy. I think that everybody is in a state right now where they're trying to figure stuff out, and you gotta give people a little bit of time and then see and have other conversations.
What? What? Sure, it was easy. This was in kind of in the beginning.
Oh, you're
I
talking
mean,
about. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're talking about back when he told her he didn't want a child at the
well,
beginning, towards the beginning when he was saying like, "No, I don't want. I don't want to be a father."
that too. But I'm saying now, even now, she should have cut and run then. But even now, when he decided that he wants to have a child, that's not a red flag to you to say all of a sudden you want to have a child, or is that reasonable to you? I don't know.
I don't know. I can see it being a red flag. I don't know that it's. I think it's somewhere in the middle, because you could also put in there that his feelings are involved now. He actually likes her. He doesn't want to. He's rethinking this. Now, one could say that he's just saying that in order to pacify her, but the reality is people can change what they are willing to do or willing to accept or even want. It's not an impossibility.
I get you, and yet the key word that you said, yes, he likes her enough to do that. He's not gonna like that child. If somebody who doesn't like children, that would not. I'm just what I think. Yes, he loves Sabrina, he likes her, but I don't think he's gonna like the things that a child brings into the picture.
Yeah.
Being fit, being active, being able to get up on a whim, being able to be with his business. Sabrina is not gonna be any of those things for freaking months, even after the child.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good
All
point.
right.
It's not bad for a couple of amateurs.
Exactly. So why would we waste all of our time doing this if she or I or both of us tried to kill Gary?
The answer would be so you can figure out who you can frame it on. That, I mean, that's a legitimate answer, but his reaction is also ridiculous. He's just looking at a bunch of pictures and some tape or some orange string, and he's saying, "Great, this is good." What kind of work does that show other than the fact that they stood there and taped some things together? That's all that shows.
It gives me elementary, middle school, when the teacher used to stand up and make a bubble on the chalkboard and they called it brainstorming, and you name out a subject, tree, okay, son, okay,
Yeah.
father, okay. That's what it gives me. Brainstorming, middle school brainstorming.
You got
Oh.
an FBI agent talking about this is good. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't. I'm sorry. I'm just going through a lot. You know,
Is there something I could do to help? Hey, Sabrina, you can talk to me.
Did you notice how that long string of tears just instantly dried? Did you see that? Like it was
No.
wet as hell, and then it was just dry a second later. Look at this.
I'm just going through a lot, you know.
Wet. Still
Is there
there.
something I could do to help?
Dry as hell.
Hey, Sabrina,
Seconds later.
you can talk to me. We almost did have a baby together, right? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm doing it again. I'm sorry.
No, it's not you at all. I found out today that Rich won't be able to donate his sperm after all.
It's not a problem. Just as long as you have options.
Yeah, options.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
It's right here.
Well, I came here to see if we could talk, but I guess ain't no point in that anymore. I didn't mean to cause any trouble like that.
It's not your fault. It's not. So.
Pause it.
Let me know.
Like, so I know this is a freaking bank, but she's clearly in the office, a back office business meeting aside. You would think that he would have went. That's not her office. That is like a or something like that. So how would he know to walk right there? And why wouldn't what's his name? Crap, the teller that just walked out.
Maurice.
Why wouldn't Maurice be like, oh, she'll be right with you. She's in a meeting right now.
Maurice
Why
loved the
wouldn't he
drama.
stop her?
Maurice is the type of dude that would escort him right around to the door. That's
So
probably
gross.
your answer right there. That's how he got back there.
It-
Maurice.
It is. Last question. How much sympathy do you have for Sabrina right now?
I feel for Sabrina right now. You do.
All right.
Andy just texted me. She needs a sister circle ASAP.
The sister circle, I need you.
Hey, hear the bank thing, okay? I trust you.
What?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, here's the key is I need you to lock up. I need you to count the safe, lock up, and go to the bank. I need you to get more change for the safe, and I need you to count. Like, really, Sabrina?
Because Andy texted. She didn't even call because Andy texted saying she needs a sister circle. So now you
I
got
need
all
to.
of this stuff going on in your personal life. You are at work. You're the manager, but because you got this one text, you are just out the door. To close for me.
Oh my God.
You leaving
Oh
Maurice
my
in
God.
charge. What
Oh
the
my
hell is
God.
going on?
The problematic person who everybody says gives favoritism to. I need you to lock up for me tonight.
Yeah,
Uh, watch everybody for me. Wow.
we
Wow.
seen what happened the last time he locked up. He ended up getting everybody arrested.
Yep. Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is nuts.
Like, this is Andy.
What's she want now? Like,
She wants me to call her to her house. She says it's urgent. Sorry.
go ahead.
All right, I'll be right back, okay?
But why would Fatima be invited to this weird meeting?
Why wouldn't she be?
I Why not invite freaking Zach then? Why not invite? I'm just I don't
Because as I
understand.
keep
Like,
telling you, when the show comes on, she should be there. When all of that's happening at the very beginning, when they're showing people, she's in all of the the pictures when they show sisters. She is the one of the main characters. That's why.
I
Wait, what
mean,
was it
she
that I was
got
complaining that
she.
she wasn't on though? She is on the opening. There was something she ain't on.
I don't know. So you trying to say Fatima's the sister?
I'm trying to say she's important enough that she can be included, even though she's not technically part of that inner group.
I
This is a
really want
big
to
deal.
know. I guess, but
Oprah's
I
calling
want
a
to know.
meeting. Oprah's calling a meeting. You call
All right.
Fatima.
All right.
Hey, do you know what Pam is? Thanks. Pam?
Oh,
I didn't mean for this
Pause
to
it.
happen. Jesus.
You know what? I take it all back to Mama coming down. She
yeah.
coming down.
Yeah, she is.
She coming down with this spirit. Get the F out of here. What's going on?
She is.
But
She
now
bringing.
but one more thing. We talking about locked doors. Why wasn't that door locked?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no way you're going to tell me that door doesn't have a lock.
I wasn't that freaking door locked, but that's it. Yeah.
Man, think about how far TV has come. This ain't BET Plus. This ain't HBO. This is just regular BET that anybody can tune into that has commercials. And you saw everything but penetration. I mean, he was moving. He was going for it. You was even almost imagining. You could almost imagine that his penis is ridiculously large because he was far enough away from her that the thrust was happening when it wasn't even making skin contact. Like that's the kind of visual we just saw. And this is just regular TV. Imagine what regular TV is going to be like in 10 years from now.
Oh man, like USA at night with the what was it? USA at night where they had
Oh,
like
they used
the
to have the Adult Swim. It was that USA
no,
that
but
had, no, that's cartoon.
no, that's Cartoon Network. But USA used to have these movies at night. It was almost like soft porn. It was so funny.
Oh, the hard R
I forgot
movies.
what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
But I mean, that's all. We're just one step under that on just regular cable TV now. Just one step.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you just come back here and sneak and have sex with this boy on a regular?
No, I promise this was the first time.
Did what?
Where did he go? Because he ran out of there naked, right?
I think he had on everything except the top. I think his pants were open and buttoned, but I don't think he
Oh,
was naked.
he had pants. Oh, he had pants on.
Yeah, I think
You
he.
sure? I remember the. I could have sworn
I
I
would
saw
like to
butt
see the
cheeks
scene
in the front.
again. So let's not spend any time arguing. Let's just go back and look.
Because I remember the previous episode. I thought I saw he was naked, but maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
Andy. Hi, Miss Marie. I didn't know you were gonna be here.
I bet you didn't.
No.
How was my business?
Um,
Investment coming along, Karen?
It's coming along this
Wow,
way. We'll have that
questions,
business plan to you.
questions.
Oh, you say question? You are asking questions?
TikTok,
Yeah.
Karen.
Oh, were
TikTok.
you about to ask a question?
No, no, no. I wasn't about to ask the question, but you see, these are questions that she shouldn't have to be answering right now because she's off from work. She's supposed to be relaxing. And Miss Marine, maybe not intentionally, she's like, "How's my business doing? How's
Yep.
this? What you got going on?" You know, it's kind of like and off guard at that. And you got Andy looking like a deer in headlights, like a freaking jerk, skinning and grinning. When you know, like, come on,
And
like
Sabrina don't know what the
really?
hell to say because she just looked starstruck, having no idea she was going to be there. Because I don't think Sabrina's met her yet.
No, but that's just crazy.
Oh,
What's so funny?
Miss Marie.
You had to be there. What's going on? I'm here.
You're here because I summoned you.
Oh.
Excuse me? You're excused.
So Danny ain't feeling that. First of all, Danny clearly, I'm guessing Danny don't know who she is, but whoever the hell she is, Danny is not. She is not responding like everybody else is responding. Danny is first person to respond in the way we wanted people to respond.
And a true friend, freaking Andy should have knew better to give her like, listen, Miss Marie, or maybe not even call Danny. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That is a really good point. In fact, let me take it back one.
Oh,
What's so funny?
Miss Marie.
You had to be there. What's going on? I'm here.
You're here because I summoned you.
Excuse me?
You're excused. Miss Marie,
It's different this time. It feels new.
does this young man share your feelings, Karen?
Well,
Yes. I think he does. I mean, he's always been there. He keeps just
Pause it for a second.
waiting for me.
So just because she has money, does that make her the arbitrator of all? Like she did get divorced, right? So why would I want to listen to any relationship advice from her? You know, just because she's older, because she's been
Yeah,
around.
that's the way it is. She's rich. She's a legend. She's know stuff. So you just sit down, shut up, ignore everything else, and just pay attention to what she's got to say. Like she's the Messiah. That's the way people actually
Right.
behave.
Yeah, somebody got a ton of money, which is so
Mhm.
gross. You know, somebody unless you make a ton of money, which is so gross. She got. I don't want to hear anything he has to say when it comes to a relationship. Nothing.
Yeah, same.
Yes, sir.
She just freaking got divorced. She didn't make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no offense, Miss Marie, but you've been through like what, 4 divorces?
Give my girl a prop.
Obvious.
Stating ain't nobody said but you. Right now, you and Fatima are the only people saying this. Give my girl some props. Ain't nobody else said it.
Give us some props. You do it. You do it. Give us some props.
You're a jerk.
Good job. Good job.
No, heavy on the no disrespect. But why would any of us take advice from you on our love lives?
Because I've already made all the mistakes for you. So I'm exactly who you should be taking advice from. Well, I do want to commend you for doing what so few people in our community are willing to do until it is too late. You sought help.
Pause it. I know they're trying to make this scene all intimate and sweet with the soft music, but that's some serious stuff that Andy blabbed about that. Excuse me. Obviously, Danny trusted her with that information.
Yep.
Miss Marie ain't no freaking sister. She's an
No.
outsider.
Nope.
I don't know who I don't know if Danny shared that with all of the sisters or just one or two. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But Miss Marie should know that. She should know that she's not a licensed therapist. They're like, who the heck is she to be talking
Yep.
about these things? That's crazy.
There's
Uh,
bananas.
Andy is trash, and already said that. But she's gutter trash. Talk blabbing about her friend's secret issue, and basically Miss Marie is just dishing it out right now. That's all she does. She's just talking about it. That's crazy.
Yep.
You
Yep.
earned it on your back.
You're about to be flat on your back if you keep talking to me like that.
Oh.
Man, he was a bit harsh in his delivery to Danny, but screw it, he's a freaking coworker. He's speaking his mind, so I don't blame him. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Uh, what do you rate this episode?
Uh it was pretty good.
It was.
8.5, 9, 8.5, 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna say 9.5.
Okay.
I thoroughly entertained. Yet it had goofy parts and goofy moments
But not a lot of
with the
them.
yeah, it wasn't long dead scenes. Put it that way, not
Mm-hmm.
long dead scenes. I could have dealt without the agent going to Zach's house,
That was
looking
silly.
at their board. I could have dealt without that, but a lot of good content.
Maurice made me
A
laugh.
lot. Maurice was funny. Uh, Sabrina letting him run the freaking bank.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's
I,
just
I
stupid.
feel like everybody has something going on. I'm glad to see that we're not. I'm glad to see that we're not focusing on Maurice. Because remember at one point they gave him his own scenes and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
saying I don't want to see like. Remember how it used to be? You to see him in the bank and that's it. Let's stick to that.
Mm-hmm. We don't need
Uh,
to ever go back to his apartment. We ain't seen his apartment in a couple
no,
seasons, and that's
we don't
good.
need it. We don't
We
need
don't.
to. We
We don't
don't
need it.
need to. Just a little. I'm at the bank. Ha ha. That's it. Uh, Sabrina in this child situation, even though this topic has been dragged out for a long time, I'm still vested in it. I want to see how she navigates through this. Damani, do you think she's gonna go with Damani
I don't
as
know.
far as the
Yeah, I
the, the
don't. I
donor?
don't.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't. When I think about it, he donated, so he really doesn't have a say so other than her just saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to be using your sample, right?"
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
he donated it already.
yeah. It's already there. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he'll want to be in the child's life, and for health reasons, I think you would want the father around. Like, yeah, right. You would want the
Well,
father
I
around
mean,
if
maybe,
the
but in most of those situations, that's not what happens. In most of those situations,
no.
yeah, in most of those situations, the father has nothing to do with any of it. That's the whole reason they want to go to the sperm bank to separate. But that's not normally what happens. You don't normally go to a sperm bank and bring the father in, in that regard.
Right,
So
right.
usually you're picking from pictures and genetics that have already been predetermined. I
So I'm
think he
guessing when
actually
you don't
mentioned something about. Didn't they have part of that discussion? It seems like I
uh,
remember them talking about that.
talking about what now?
It seems like I remember them talking about whether or not he was going to play any sort of role.
Yeah, that was going to be a thing, and I think if Rich would have, just fell back into the sunset and skedaddled, they would have, I think something would have happened because he's not a bad looking guy.
Yeah.
She seems to like him. Uh, I'm pretty sure they have nice looking kids. He wanted to be a father. I see some sexual tension between them. Um, hmm. I think he still wants to. I think he would still want to be in the child's life. Uh, I don't know where Rich would fit into this equation now. Does he
Yeah.
stick around? He's got a temper, obviously. You know, he's I think he's doing this for the wrong reasons. Still, you know, it's kind of like, oh, they say we can't have a child, but I want to do it the old-fashioned way. Let's just gamble because you are gambling now. Having
Yeah.
children, I guess, is kind of like a gamble. It's never a sure thing, but with science and stuff, we kind of know they kind of know that. Well, no, she didn't say they know for a fact that he carries the trait of sickle cell, which, yeah, that is a gamble. Yeah, gambling.
Yeah, he carries a trait, but she doesn't. So that still minimizes it. But the fact that his trait is there, they won't
Yeah,
fertilize the
it
egg.
just because I guess they're saying that that program that they have, it guarantees, or I don't know if it guarantees, but it disqualifies him basically. So they
It,
don't want to
it
risk their
disqualifies
program.
that particular bank, or not bank, but company, to they won't do it. If they when they have
Uh
genetic
huh.
predispositions, they will not mate it with, well, they won't implant it in an egg, or start that process. And they have the eggs. So if
Right,
she went
and that
someplace
would
else, I think that they would have to probably harvest more eggs. I don't think she could
yeah,
take her eggs with her.
and yeah, she probably can't. And then they said that other companies have the same
Yeah, most
policy,
part.
similar
Yeah.
similar policy. They don't want to have that a bad name on their brand. I guess you know somebody with sickle cell, and years later they say, oh, I went to this bank and now my son has sickle cell because of
Hmm.
So I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Um, so what do you do if you're Sabrina? What do you do? What's your next move?
Have a long conversation with your man and find out where his head is. Give him a week to really get it in his feelings before, so you all can have a real conversation. Um, but I don't know. You gotta figure this out, because she definitely wants those eggs inseminated. And now she's made it clear that she doesn't necessarily, I mean, assuming she's not just lying because of the circumstances, she's made it clear that she didn't want the baby now. She just wanted the
She's
baby on
lying.
ice. She wanted the
She
baby
yeah,
on
but
ice
she's
for
lying.
whenever she was
I
ready.
think she yeah on ice because she don't want to get too old or whatever. But she's lying about that now part. She's having pause because of that information. And when Rich said let's have a baby the old fashioned way, let's do it now. That's the reason why she said not now. Because she wants a baby now, just not with him. And I don't
Or she
blame her
doesn't know
because
yet. I mean, she just got that information. That's kind of wild to get that information, and an hour later you trying to hop on her and implant her. I mean, this is something that has to be processed and understood as well. She got the facts, but it's not her truth yet. She hasn't internalized yet. She just got all this stuff bouncing around in her head, and he wants to impregnate her.
I get it. But what I guess we're saying the same thing. He's saying that before the news, he's saying that she would have been on board with having a baby the old-fashioned way with him, and I tend to agree. But now that she knows that he is a broken person, not really, but there's something wrong with his sperm, that gave her a pause. But she's not. She's trying to say that that's not the reason she's pausing. I'm saying that is the reason. I'm saying she got the news about the sickle cell. That's what's giving her pause. Not,
Yeah, but
that's what I think.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but give her time to also think about all of this. Again, this is all brand new to everybody.
That you talking about the information and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's fine, but then she doesn't really owe him nothing. But she should say that then. Don't lie and say I don't lie and say it's not because you have the sickle cell trait, because that is the reason in the back of her mind. I'm not. Come on, let's stop playing. That's one of the many reasons, you know.
yeah.
But who else got something going on? Danny. She didn't really have nothing going on. She's still seeing her therapist. Uh, yeah, nothing new with Danny. Nothing new with Karen, I don't think. Well, her and Fatima had that weird conversation. Uh, bu- 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 and Miss Marie. I still can't get over the fact that she had this huge meeting with these nobodies. I mean, they somebody, but to her, these are nobodies, billionaires. She got time in her day to spend hours, and she was there for some hours to talk with Andy about all these stories. They have her friends come over and break down their individual situations.
Hmm.
And I don't know what got resolved. You know, are they supposed to be like walk away like, wow, I feel like I can do anything now?
Right.
Or I used a motivational speech. That's what it was. But it's, I didn't get, I would feel like I didn't gain anything. And I'm kind of with Fatima, like, okay, like what? Why are we listening to this? You've been divorced. And I'm with Fatima on that one. Like, you know, aside from you being a billionaire, who are you to be giving out this advice? And it, which is true. It's true. Oh, because I've done all, and she had a little comeback because I've done all of the bad. What she did, the bad parts for you already. I know how it is to. Who doesn't know how it feels to fail or you know be broken down? Everybody knows that, especially these ladies. Out of here, get out of here.
Yeah, I hear
That was not that wasn't believable to me. Her being there all that time, giving them this advice that nobody asked for. You know, it wasn't how to get rich advice. It wasn't what type of stocks to invest in. It wasn't like, oh, I know, listen, you know, it wasn't some kind of secret advice to invest some investment ideas or something. It was just freaking advice that was nonsense to me. I don't know.
you. Yeah, they
That's
made
all I
it seem
got.
like it. They made it seem like it was just major information. All right, everybody.
Major
Well,
information.
like and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. Make sure you join our Facebook group. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our Facebook page. Right, Jeff?
That's right. Later,
All right.
TikTok, YouTube, and no Rumble. Later, y'all.
Bye, everybody.